The Educators Village in Indianapolis is marketed as affordable teacher housing, and we profiled the project last November when crews started construction. But the Educators Village has an income cap, and some teacher salaries at Indianapolis Public Schools put them just outside of that range. Jeannie Lindsay reports on that and other challenges officials are working to overcome.
Sabbath McKiernan Allen teaches at Thomas Gregg Elementary School on the Near East Side of Indianapolis. She's been at the school for a few years, all the while sharing a house with roommates. When she heard about the Educators Village, formerly known as the Teachers Village, she started to consider buying a house. It met all of her criteria: somewhere close to work, somewhere walkable, most importantly, somewhere she could afford.
I wanted to live in where there's a lot of younger people, but price definitely dictated it.
When McKiernan Allen inquired about the homes, she was surprised. Her salary meant she didn't qualify for the home in her budget.
So I got a call that said that the house would be like $170 to $180, and that's just way out of my price range.
With her realtor's help, McKiernan Allen resumed her search. She ended up here, about 3 miles from the Educators Village, and her new house cost about $10,000 less than the village home she initially wanted to buy. A group called Near East Area Renewal, or NEAR, heads the village project. The income cap was out of their control. The Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development sets those limits. Executive Director John Franklin Hay says it was frustrating because his hands were tied. But then just last month, HUD coincidentally reevaluated its caps.
So we reached back out to them to let them know that they income qualify, or potentially income qualify, at $43,000 if that's where they are.
But challenges go beyond income requirements.
We've had none of the organizations, none of the charter schools, and not IPS. No one has offered teachers an incentive to purchase these homes at this point. I'm a little disappointed in that.
The slow start could be attributed to bad timing. IPS closed a few high schools earlier this year and has a crucial school funding measure up for consideration in November. Right now, the district faces a multi-million-dollar budget deficit.
Do you have information on the qualifications?
Hay says outreach has interested plenty of people. One teacher recently bought a house, and 2 others are going through the process. An open house last week attracted a crowd of other potential buyers to look at finished houses and some still in the works. But not all of them were the target audience.
All of these houses are available to anyone who income qualifies.
Hay says a major goal is to use the village as part of a retention strategy for schools in the area. But when it comes to the buzz in her school, teacher McKiernan Allen isn't sure when it might catch on. She thinks some prospective buyers lost interest because of the early income caps.
I want educators to live there, but I haven't heard a single educator that has looked at it.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Jeannie Lindsay.
Construction on the rest of the village homes is scheduled to wrap up later this year. Hay says road construction in the village will start in early 2019.